Good, happy Wednesday morning, March 11, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday morning, so let's begin. First up, New Hampshire health officials announced fifth positive COVID-19 test in the state. First round of self-monitoring. Self-quarantine process completed. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Amy Cavino.
It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event, the perfect time to get that awesome new Honda you've been dreaming of.
Health officials say the fifth case of coronavirus in the Granite State is a man living in Rockingham County. That person was tested in Massachusetts.
I think a lot of the work that our team is focused on is rapidly identifying new infections, isolating them, testing, and doing a contact investigation so that we can identify potential direct contacts.
The state's epidemiologist says groups at highest risk for complications from the virus should limit travel.
Given how easily we've seen this virus spread and how it's spread around the world, right? This is no longer confined just to China.
The Department of Education is also advising school administrators to look at planned student trips.
As many as 200 school trips coming up over the next couple of months. And so some guidance to them to help them decide, is this a go or a no-go, or is it a modification of the itinerary in some way?
Right now in New Hampshire, there are 10 samples pending and more than 200 people are being monitored. Department of Education administrators say even if there are more cases, schools would never completely close. They would have remote instruction.
Quite frankly, those plans are a little bit flexible because we don't know what the nature of the disruption will be, but we're anticipating that we would need to support students.
And we are told that support could look different across the state. We're live in Concord tonight. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Urine washes ashore on Hampton Beach. Urine says grandma on it, officials say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jean Mackin.
It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event, the perfect time to get that awesome new Honda you've been dreaming of. Like the versatile HRV.
Ellen Capella was looking for shells during her sunrise walk on Hampton Beach when she spotted this.
I walked up to it, and when I ever saw it, it was the same box as my mother's that I buried my mother in, but my mother's was pink, so I knew it was an urn. And then, of course, I looked closer, and it said Grandma, and I knew it was an urn, and I knew it was someone's grandma.
The retired nurse from Kingston called police and her husband, Joe.
Oh, it's like a mystery to me. You know what I mean? I have no idea how it got there.
So he brought 2 Hannaford bags, and we put them in there, put the grandma in there, and we walked it all the way down to the hat shell, State Park's office.
Police will try to help find who the urn belongs to, and so will Ellen.
I noticed the edges were all worn away.
She posted her story on social media, including WMUR's ULocal Facebook page.
I'm getting bing, 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 all these responses from ULocal. So people from all over New Hampshire now were looking at it. You got to put that on the news. Someone's grandma is out there just sitting on the beach.
Ellen and Joe hope they bring closure to a family somewhere.
Just so whoever's grandmother she is, they know that she is there and they can pick her up.
Jean Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Democratic Martins scores upset in Footsett special election New Hampshire House. Democrat Kathleen Martin scored upset victory Tuesday in a New Hampshire House special election in Hooksett. New Hampshire colleges consider moving classes online to prevent spread of COVID-19. Officials say they want plans in place if situation worsens. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event. The perfect time to get that awesome new Honda you've been dreaming.
If the coronavirus presented itself in our immediate area, we would want to have a quick discussion and decision-making regarding what to do.
And that's why New England College is taking a close look at possibly transitioning learning from the classroom to the internet.
We have a plan in place and are ready to go.
NEC President Michelle Perkins says the college already has a well-developed online program so it can convert a number of its classes within a short period of time should a situation arise where they have to suspend classes on campus.
Academic leadership is working with faculty to make sure they're on board and making good progress regarding the online alternative.
There's nothing definite about this. It's a very fluid situation, but we're just trying to be prepared.
Chuck Lloyd is the president of White Mountains Community College. His school is also making similar plans.
We're trying to offer some trainings. We're having a meeting this Thursday with our faculty to say, geez, what do you need for support? Is it a webinar? Is it hands-on training, just in case?
My institution and all the others are totally cognizant, prepared, communicating with the various agencies and resources on an hourly basis, really, so that we hope things improve, but if they don't, we're prepared.
And the New Hampshire University system tells us the state's public colleges are monitoring guidelines from health officials and continue to plan for contingencies, including moving classes online should that become necessary. We're live here in Henniker tonight. I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker declares state of emergency. Total number of cases of coronavirus more than doubles. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker has declared a state of an emergency after the total number of coronavirus cases in the state more than doubled on Tuesday. The total number of COVID-19 cases in Massachusetts has risen to 92, within 51 new cases announced by the State Department of Public Health on Tuesday. New Hampshire Town Meeting Day 2020 results. As you know, yesterday, in many towns in New Hampshire, it was Town Meeting Day, and you can see the complete list of results on WMUR.com. Dozens of towns held town meetings in New Hampshire, with majority of the meetings on Tuesday, March 10th. Dow features point to an opening loss of more than 700 points after Tuesday's surge. U.S. stock futures fell sharply on Wednesday morning stateside, pointing to another volatile session on Wall Street following a massive rally a day earlier. March 10 primary election results. Votes were cast in Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, and Washington. Let's take a look at those results for all of you. In Idaho, Joe Biden has won Idaho. In Michigan, Joe Biden won Michigan. In Mississippi, Joe Biden won Mississippi. Missouri, Joe Biden also won Missouri. North Dakota, Bernie Sanders won North Dakota. In Washington, Bernie Sanders is in the lead in Washington, followed by Joe Biden. In Dems abroad primary, no results are in yet. And that does it for this Wednesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday morning, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.